Let's face it, we don't always have time to create content. And what do you do when you have to hit that publish and you're short on time and you have nothing recorded? Well, let me talk to you about 5 different strategies to help you create content whenever you're short on time. I'm Yesenia Bocanegra, your video podcast and content creation coach, and this is Focus and Bloom Podcast. Number one, and this might sound very obvious, and that's planning. The more you can plan ahead, the better. And then the more you can avoid having moments in which you're running out of time and you have no idea what content to create or whatnot. Of course, sometimes life happens and plans fall through the cracks and whatnot. So whenever possible, just try to plan ahead to see what things will be happening in your life, such as any like vacation, or if you're planning a launch, things that you know ahead that will be happening, and then plan around that. This way, whenever you're recording your episodes, your energy and your focus is dedicated on creating that content and not thinking of like, wow, I'm here in front of the camera, I'm recording, and I have so many other things that I need to do for this launch and sending that email, all that stuff. So the more you can, go ahead and plan. But I know things happen, so that might not always be the situation. The next tip is to batch record. And this is one of the things that I actually enjoy doing because I feel that I am very focused whenever I'm sitting down and recording episodes because my energy is so focused on that particular task. So go ahead and record maybe 2-3 episodes in one sitting, or maybe within 1 week, go ahead and plan to record several episodes. The more you can do within one sitting, the better, because then once you're done, that can be then sent to post-production, whether you edit it or you have somebody edit for you, and then you can focus your energy on other things for your business. The third one is micro episodes, like the one that you're tuning into right now. Micro episodes could be anything from 3, 5, 8 minutes, or anything like that. Anything that's shorter than your regular episodes. Micro episodes can allow you to also go very straight to the point and deliver a particular message within that content. So consider micro episodes every now and then. Number 4 is to recycle and reutilize your content. And I cannot stress this enough because video podcasting is a long form content. And from that one piece of content of that one episode, you can create so many more smaller pieces of content, like a blog post, carousels, obviously Instagram Reels or TikToks or YouTube Shorts. You can also create content for an email list. You can grab content from an episode and create a lead magnet. I mean, there's so many ways in which you can repurpose one single episode. So maximize the content and the energy that you're putting into each episode so that you are then reusing that information in many more ways. This is particularly good for content that is of evergreen nature, content that is not based on a specific trend or a specific season. So go back to any content that you have that is evergreen, that is following some of those essential pillars of your content, and then repurpose, recycle that content. That will not only help you market your content, but also allow you to be consistent, showing up for your audience, and continuously creating and sharing value information. And finally, consider the idea of having guests as part of your podcast. It's a very different dynamic when you have a guest as part of your podcast because the production is a little bit different. It's a lot easier in terms of preparation. Granted, that doesn't mean that you don't have to prepare for an interview. It's always good to prepare prior to an interview so that you learn a little bit more about your host, and then you make sure that you have a successful recording session, both on the technical side, but also on the value, on the content of what you are discussing in that particular episode. But these are a couple of ways in which you can create content, especially when you're running out of time. And a bonus tip on how you can repurpose your content, and that is grabbing another episode and republishing that episode. This is not something that I would recommend doing consistently, but it's definitely an option if you're really, really short on time, or if something happens and you're not even able to record a shorter version of the episode. You can always do a replay of a previous episode that maybe didn't perform so well, or maybe that it was really popular at one particular time and could be very relevant at the moment in which you're looking for that content to repurpose. I hope you found these tips helpful. Let me know in the comments, if you're watching on YouTube, what are the things that you do when you're running short on time and need to create content. And be sure to check out my free YouTube for Podcasters guide that you can find in the description of this episode. And if you're ready to take the next step in your podcasting journey and you need a little bit of help and guidance in creating your content, in the description, I'll also be including a link so that you can learn more about my coaching services. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.